mathematics. So if you've just joined, remember to like, comment, and share the video. This is Sichamba Jacob, as usual. Let's do a little bit of some mathematics this evening. So if you can see, we've got a graph, and they want us to find the coordinates at point A, B, and A right here, A and B. That's question A. Question B, we are expected to find the minimum value of y at a turning point. I think so. So share the video, share, copy the link, post it in the group if you've got a group. And if you know anybody that you think may benefit out of this, tell them to join, comment, and kindly confirm if the video is clear where you are. If it's clear, confirm. Before we start, are you able to get what my voice? Are you able to hear me? So share, tell more people that we are live right now. We'll do a couple of questions like, can I see your comment? All right. I can see Derek there. That's good. Thanks, Derek. All right. So we start. Here we've been given a graph. If you can see nicely, this is a graph, and it's being represented by this right here. Hopefully you can see. And the first question here, they're saying find the coordinates at A and B. Good evening, Kunda. Good evening. Thanks so much. It's good to know that you are watching my video. All right, so the first thing here that must be coming in your mind is to check where A is and B. So they want us to find the coordinates. So here we are going to use what we call x-intercept. This is x-intercept, meaning it's cutting the x-axis at A and B. So we shall get the given function there, y is equal to x, x minus 2 inside the brackets, okay? So once we get this, we equate it to 0. Okay, so when you've been asked, okay, let me say this. In other words, when you've been asked to find the coordinates and you see that this graph is cutting the x-axis and at this point and this point, meaning you just solve the quadratic equation, okay? So just say let y be equal to 0, okay? So when y is equal to 0, what will happen to this? It will be 0 is equal to x and x there minus 2 inside the brackets. So you see, this is a quadratic equation, okay? So now, here, since we've got a 0, we shall just say x is equal to 0 or x minus 2 is also equal to 0. If you know how to solve quadratic equations, I think this is simple for you. There is a point where you reach at equating, where you even put O. You get this x equal to 0 and x minus 2 equal to 0, okay? So when you do so, you're going to find that your x here is equal to 2. So you have got two x values. There is x is equals to 0 and x is equals to 2. So which one do you think can be x is equals to 0? It's of course here. This is 0, 0. So this is the x-axis, 0. The y-axis is 0 because we said let y is equals to 0. And then here, the x-axis is a 2, and the y-axis there is a 0, okay? Is this clear? Any question on this one if you have not understood, so that I can explain for you? Is this clear? Is it clear here on how I've come up with these solutions? Can I see your question if you ask if you have got a question? Is it clear? Quickly, have you understood? Let me just wait a bit for people to confirm if it's clear. We'll go to the next question. Remember, I said we'll do a couple of questions. Okay, so let me just go through a bit. So when you have got a graph like this, the first step for you to find the coordinates is to make your y equal to 0. So like I did here, y is equal to 0, if you're able to see nicely here. So once you say y is equal to 0, you solve the quadratic equation. That's all. Once you solve the quadratic equation, the solutions that you get, they are going to be two solutions. This one, if you can see here, and this one. So when you get these two solutions, they are your x coordinates. Okay? So here at B, you see the way it is. We need the x value and the y value. So the x value here is a 0. That's why I'd put a 0 here. It's a 0. And the y value is always a 0. Here the x value is a 2, the 2 that we found, and the y value is a 0. Just like that. This is what you do. I guess this is clear now. All right, so now we go to the next question where we have been asked to find the minimum value of y. So the minimum value of y will be right here at a turning point. Okay, so the method that you're going to use to find the minimum value will be to go by the formulas. So if you want, you can use this formula for finding the y value at a turning point, which is right here. This is the formula. Okay. Yes, this is the formula right here. So now, if we are using this formula, we need to play nicely with our function, because we know that our function is right here, or the graph. This is a graph we have. So for us to be able to know our A, our B, and our C, so that we plug them in this formula, we have to get rid of the brackets. So it will be like this. So this is how it will be, whereby we shall say our A is right here, our B is here, our C, we don't have a constant, okay? Remember, when you've put the quadratic equation in standard form, you know that this is A, B, the C here is a 0, so C is a 0. We don't have a C, okay? So now, what we do here now is to just plug in. What is our A? Our A is a 1. The number that is in front of this variable here, there's a 1. And what is our C? Our C is a 0. Minus, what is our B? Our B is a negative 2 squared there. Okay? Hopefully you're able to see. Over 4, our A, we know that it's a 1. Okay? So now it's a matter of solving now. So here we shall have a 0, because 4 times 1 times 0, it will just give us a 0, minus negative 2 squared, it will be a 4. Negative, it will be positive 4. And there's a minus. This minus is coming from here, okay? Over a 4 there, okay? And when we simplify further, we shall get a negative 4 there over 4, which is equals to negative 1. So the minimum value of y at a turning point is a negative 1. So these are the steps which you need to put in your head. You need to follow them nicely the way they are. Okay. Are we okay up to here? Are we okay? Are we okay up to here? Somebody to confirm if you are okay. Are we okay? All right, so if we are okay, then we shall end right here. I guess you've learned one or two things out of this video. Thank you so much for joining me, and bye-bye.